The Student Activities Drug Testing Policy adopted by the Oklahoma School District requires all middle and high school students to consent to urinary testing for drugs in order to participate in any competitive extracurricular activities.
In 2002, the case was brought forth to the Supreme Court. The legal challenge to the practice was brought by two students, Lindsay Earls and Daniel James, and their families against the School Board of Oklahoma.
Justice Clarence Thomas decided that students in any extracurricular activities had a diminished expectation of privacy, and that the policy furthered an important interest of the schools in preventing drug use among students.
This decision was based on the previous case, Verona School District 47J v. Acton, which deemed drug testing for athletes constitutional.
Honestly, I'd probably be perfectly fine with it because I don't do drugs, but for a lot of other people, I would say probably go for it. Like, actually have the drug test and use.
I'd be pretty offended because that means they're assuming that I do drugs. I don't do drugs.
Do you think that violates your Fourth Amendment rights?
It does. I think it does.
I would feel that that was a violation of my rights and that I wouldn't like it and I wouldn't submit to it.
No.
Why?
Because that's me.
Do you feel it violates your rights?
Yeah.
I would say yes, because the only thing our school needs is a clean sports team.
Oh, I think that's smart. Actually, no, I don't really think it's any of their business.
Do you think the school's requiring people to consent to drug forms or drug tests violates our Fourth Amendment rights?
So do you feel that mandatory drug testing violates your Fourth Amendment rights?
Yes, it does, because I like my privacy. If I can't hide anything in my bag, how am I going to hide it? I don't know. So, no mandatory drug testing, that's my thing. So.
I was going to say, do you want to go?
Well, no, I don't, because if half the people on the sports team smoke weed and everything anyway, so if they just drug tested them, half the people will be gone there, and all that's left is just the white good kids that can't do shit.
So why do you think it's important for sports teams to require drug tests before eligibility to participate?
Well, I think that answer's obvious. The pros, the college, high schools, Olympics, all sports require their athletes to consent to, as your question asks, drug tests. Why do I think it's important? Is that your question? Well, I think athletes on the high school level are held to a little higher standard, right? And you want them to, again, not be impaired, if that's where you're going with that. But consent, okay, if you want to play the sport, then you must consent.